我再大点声。
你出去了，检查一下那个声音，那声音有事吧？那应该一直是那啥。
现在是电脑的，把电脑充上电吧。
反正我看一下，电脑充上电。那边有没有那个啥是吧？
这几天大家还正经直播呢。
正经吗？
这时候的
正经是啥样？
到最后2天不就发现大家都
不是
你们直播间
正不正经不知道，反正都在直播。
不打地也进过来。
说话。
喂。好像会我们昨天的我俩直播的时候都绷不住了，老想笑。就看不到导致咱俩都嘴瓢。
到最后2场吧，
当然要放开啊，放松一下。
咱这别看，咱们
你们就火了。
万一有人
对啊，你一封就那个啥了，来了。
你要找太严肃。
哎，这个关上了，
开不开？
那个关上了。
哎呀，能打。
不是这个，我刚才打开了一眼这个。
啥玩意儿？
然后你一下去干。
五一回不去了。回不去了，这40多例。
为啥我就在这打球？
同样也回不去，是吧？
元州20例，玉田20例。
玉田20例。
啊，掐。
你也回不去。
王先生。
王先生。
啥呀？
啊。
哎呀，不用了，我费我吧。
哎呀。
来，我这收着吧。
先拔了它，你插了它，这是。在知乎上。怎么回事？一插了它就。这个不是上电机。
欢迎使用智能语音查询系统。
再说你也是挺厉害。221 U 盘我怼出来。
那待会接触了。
这我也挺好记的。
怼问了。
再怼问了，这都还不能放完了。
我看你的电脑是不是真是？那个口。拿这个怼怼试试，买2个。
我给他买一个，我自己会怼一个。
这玩意儿。打动他了。
一会儿我就播放，就是这个以后，而且完了以后再。哎，那个视频呢？这个是啊，这个咋播啊？哦，直接上机就行。
有。他这个
不行。
我插进去。几点了？不是我电脑是有问题。哎，可以了。那你说。
你不用这个。试一下。
Facebook 上好像很多人，虽然直播间没有人，但是是你录完以后得发到那个。
为啥不写？哦，好吧。
啊。
我意思就是别那么板正，就是可以随意。
Are you ready?
No.
那你现在怎么就能发现？
看你我的，这也是
啊。
衣服。
你之前就是也有过，就是本身单子没有问题，然后它其实有问题的，也有这种情况。开过多，很少。
你扒了我。
一会儿接着，一会儿张晨点这个视频吧。
扒了我。
对对呀，对，这票我之前好像是
去干啥去？
但是我改出来。
不一样。
你给我整郁闷了，我已经没有心情。
咋就我给你整郁闷了？
你说回不去了。
是唐山会线我就给你整郁闷了。
他说啥了？
最早的时候我给录错了，我录错了，我就忘了改单申报的。
就是回来过一天。回来你直接跟韩姐请1个月假就行，居家隔离1个月。韩姐你甭来。
单一窗口他改的话，他也是一个订单呀。
北归没买票？
买不了。
单一窗口里边没有那啥，只有这个。
好像就3趟车。
对，你看看我给你们截图，我印象是这样的。
这要是能回，估计都抢不着这3个车，车厢都得爆了。
你周哥不早就判断了，年前就判断了，5一回不去。
你看看吧，实在不行再录一遍。行，好了，大家好。
对吧？5一要不咱们考虑一下去。
准备一下吧。
山西溜达一下。
山西不也是挺严重的？
找山区。
台山啊。
开始了啊！
五台山在哪儿
？3、2、1，开始。
Hello everyone, thank you for joining the 134th online Canton Fair and welcome to CBAS Automotive Live Streaming. This is Andy, the sales manager of Precision Tube Division.
Hello everyone, this is Jenny, key account manager of Fastener Business. Nice to meet you here.
Okay, first I'll give a short company presentation of CBAS Automotive. Our company is a ITF certified company who have managed its business in auto industry for over 10 years. Currently, we focus on 2 product series, steel tube and fasteners. First, let's see our video of our company.
All tubes lead to speed and passion. CBAS Automotive, China's professional auto parts supplier. CBAS, established in 2017, is a professional automotive steel tube supplier. Since its establishment, CBAS has been adhering to the company tenet of integrity first and excellent quality. And CBAS has built a professional customer service team and production team. CBAS produces steel tubing for side door impact beams, cross car beams, seat frames, shock absorbers, exhaust systems, trunk hinges, etc. Our customers include premium brands like General Motors, Volkswagen, BMW, Hyundai, Chevrolet, and also Chinese brands FAW, Great Wall, Geely, and Chang'an. We strictly control the whole process from raw material procurement to logistics. Our raw material is purchased from large steel mills, such as Bio Steel, POSCO, Shougang, etc., and inspection is needed before being put into storage. CBIS introduces an advanced KIM production line and implements the IATF 16949 quality management system to ensure each process is controllable and quality is stable. We inspect and test the product's key characteristics, such as the mechanical property, chemical composition, and dimensions. We design the packaging according to packing requirements to ensure our products are protected well during transportation and make the loading and discharging easier. CBIS has its own logistics department and freight forwarder, which creates cost efficiency in intercontinental shipping as well as in local customs clearance, warehousing, and road transportation services. We take care of the last mile logistics, can invoice on a DDP basis, and also provide 3PL or third-party logistics services. CBIS continuously optimizes our internal workflow and has obtained certificates of ISO 9001 and IATF 16949. Looking forward to the future, CBIS has high aspirations. Facing the new market requirement, CBIS are continuously improving quality and efficiency. CBIS strive to build the company into an advanced management, leading technology, outstanding brand of China's first-class, international standard industry benchmark. CBIS Automotive, China's professional auto parts supplier.
Okay, we can say almost all process is handled in-house, right?
Yes, even for tooling CAD, we make tooling CAD ourselves, then also the manufacturer to professional tool making factory. Okay, next I will show you some tube products. Then Jenny will share some news over fastener business. Then let's in a product list. That includes the side door beam and C-tube and the cross-cut beam tube. First, I will show the side door beam tube. Check out the sample. This is a side door beam tube. And the main tube is from us. Then our customer will weld the stamping parts onto the main tube. After that, it will be installed onto the side door. That's in the picture. Onto the front door and the rear door. If you notice, we make holes on the stamping parts. This is for bolting connection. The one of the connection idea. The other method is welding. In that case, we don't need the stamping parts. We weld the steel tube onto the side door directly. In order to provide enough protection to the passengers in the cars, you request the tube to be very strong.
Okay, I'm sure people will be curious about how the high-strength tube is produced.
Yes, there are three key factors. The first is material, next is welding process, and the last one is the heat treatment. Let's start from material. When it comes to material, then Jenny, you tell me some steel famous steel mill in China.
Sure, some large steel mill like Bao Steel, Shougang, Ma Steel, and An Steel.
That's great. Our door beam material is from Bao Steel BR1500 HS, one of the high-strength steel, which is widely used on the cars. Like the A pillar, B pillar, front and rear bumper, also the side door beam. The yield strength of the steel coil can reach to 350 million Pascal, and the tensile strength would be more than 450 million Pascal. Then the tubes will, then the steel strip will be welded into tube on the forming line. After that, it will be welded on the high-frequency welding line. So the welding quality is the key point. Our experienced engineer will design correct parameter for the welding process, like the welding speed and welding current. After the welding, it is the test for the welding to confirm the weld performance reach our requirements. They include flaring test and flattening test. Let's see a sample. of the flaring test. This is an example. We use tools to enlarge the tube's outer diameter, then we check the surface of the joint area. Then if we see that there is no crack on the inside and outside of the welding joint area, then we say the welding performance is good. After welding, it is cutting process. We cut the tube into required length. Next step is the heat treatment, which includes the quenching treatment and the tempering heat treatment. Quenching treatment increases the strength of the steel tube, and then the tempering heat treatment will eliminate the internal stress of the tube, and will also increase the elongation of the tube. After heat treatment process, the yield strength of the steel tube can reach to 1200 millipascal, and then the tensile strength of the tube could reach to 1500 millipascal. Elongation would be more than 8%. Next, let's see the manufacture video and the process.
Okay, we believe our quality management system and advanced equipment can ensure the quality of our product. So the next is the logistics. Shall we see some pictures of the export packing?
Okay, let's check out the export package. After heat treatment, the steel tube will be coated with anti-rust oil. Then they will be put into the wooden case. The inner material is PVC bag, which can protect the tube from rust and water. Then the wooden case will be loaded into the container. This shipment will be suitable for the shipment by sea and can also be stored on the warehouse for a very long time.
That's great.
So we see that we have integrated capability from the material purchasing to the whole manufacture process and also logistics. So we do believe that we are a good choice for your door beam product. Please contact us if you have similar requests. You can scan my QR code for WeChat and also the telephone number. Also, it is a WhatsApp account. Also, you can send the detailed RFQ to my email. Okay, next product I would like to show is the seat tube. That's the drawing of the seat tube. This is the seat frame. I see that there is hot rust tube, also the seat back, which includes the horizontal and the vertical tubes, also the square tubes used for the seat slide and seat cushion.
Okay, we can see the tubes are used in different positions, which means they are in different shapes. So could you please introduce the general machining of the seat tubes?
Yes, there are normally three kinds of general machining for the seat tube. The first one is the straight tube with some simple machining, like the stamping process, and also the punch holes, drilling holes, and the stamped holes. This is the first series, straight tube, round and rectangle. The next one is the banding tube. Tube banding used for the headrest. Also, sometimes the stamping shapes on the banding tube. The next one is the welding process. We weld the weld onto the banding tube. This is one of them, and the other one is we put the different shapes of tubes together by the welding process. And our capability covers not only these three kinds of machining process, but also a large range of material from low strength to high strength, like the yield strength from 200 million Pascal to 900 million Pascal, and also both hot rolled and cold rolled material are available. Next one, we would go to the CCB, cross cut beam tube. There are normally three kinds of CCB. The first one is the straight tube design. The next one is the banding tube design. The last one is the two tubes welded design.
Okay, let's start from the straight tube design. It is simpler than the other two designs.
Yes, check out the sample of the straight tube design. It is simple and has a lot of advantages. Let's say it is a straight tube and the dimension is not easy to control. The next advantage is that it has less tendency to deform when welding other parts onto the main tube.
Okay.
And also, it can effectively prevent the deformation of the front structure in front clearance.
Okay, I guess the straight tube design is a widely used design.
Yes, only when it is hard to arrange the evaporator, we use the banding tube design.
Okay, so what's the banding tube design looks like?
Here we go to a sample of the banding tube design. It is made from one tube by a dedicated tooling. And there are also some holes on the tubes. Some of them are punch holes and also some of them are laser cutting holes. It is quite long, right? Because it is not very big SUV model.
Okay, when it comes to binding, what's the minimum binding radius that our equipment can make?
Yes, good question here. So the binding radius shall be larger than the 1.5 the outer diameter of the tube. And also the straight length between two binding areas shall be larger than the 1.5 or outer diameter of the tubes.
Okay, so how about the laser cutting? We do it in-house, right?
Yes, we have introduced 3 lines of laser cutting on the 2017. So currently we have enough open capacity for laser cutting business in-house.
Okay, next let's learn something about the two-tube welding design.
Okay, let's go ahead. Here are the 2 sides of the welding design. As if they are with the different auto diameter, then at the connecting area, they will be knocked down to the similar size so that they could be welded together.
Okay, so why in some cases we use the welding design? I mean, what's the advantage of the welding design?
Yes, the advantage, first, it can save material compared to the bending tube design.
Mhm.
The next one, it can increase the room in the cars. But the deformation of the welding is a problem to solve. Okay, that's all 3 kinds of designs of the CCB. The normal auto diameter of the cross-cut beam is from 30, 40 to 50, 90. Also, the packing is also in case, and the delivery time could be 40 days.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all products from me. So what product will you introduce in this live streaming then?
Okay, as mentioned above, we can produce not only precision steel tube, but also auto fasteners. Next, let me show you the auto fasteners from CBAS.
Okay, first we'd like to know what kind of fasteners do we produce?
Okay, we can produce auto nuts, bolts, screws, and also other fasteners.
So can you please introduce them for us respectively?
Sure. First, let me introduce the wheel nuts. Look at this. It's a sample for the rear wheel nuts. We can see that the product has a bright surface, and the layered cover is made of stainless steel, which can increase its service life. Compared with the general nuts, our product is safer and not easy to soften and fall off at high speed.
That's great. The safety, the top priority for the auto parts.
Yeah, and the gasket and the nut are tightly pressed integrally and won't fall off. The surface of the product is coated with the nickel alloy, and so the spray test should reach 720 hours. The surface burrs were removed, and the sharp edges were chamfered. The surface of the crystal should be smooth, clean, and without damage. The surface of the stride should be complete, smooth and clean, no rust, no defects, and no rust marks.
Great. So what are they used for?
It can not only used for bus, but also used for all trucks, because we can customize the specification according to customer requirement.
That's great.
The next product is the wheel bolt. Look at this. It is the wheel bolt used for the passenger car. The material of the product is carbon steel 40 column, and the grade is 12.9. You know it is high quality. And the surface of the product is black oxide, so the color is black.
Yes, got it.
The next product is the screw. The material of the product is 18-8 stainless steel, which is also called 304 stainless steel. And if you can give us drawings, we can customize according to your requirement.
Got it. So how do we guarantee the quality?
Firstly, we can provide the certificates from the third party, such as ISO and IATF. Secondly, they have a complete set of inspection system, and every process will be checked by our quality control team. And we can also provide the inspection report.
Great. As we know that some customer will need PPAP and MDS documentation. Can we support this?
Sure, we will submit the documents in about 2 weeks.
That's great. So how do you pack them?
Okay, we pack them in different ways. Now let me show you some packing pictures. For the wheel nuts, we pack them like this. Put the product in the plastic bag and put them in a carton box. For the wheel bolts, we pack the product a single product in a single poly bag and 300 pieces in a carton box. For the screw, we pack them 3,000 pieces in a carton box, and the outer wooden bracket will be reinforced to ensure the safety of the cargo transportation. And we can also make the corresponding packing plan according to our requirement.
Yes, the packing solution looks very good. So what is the delivery time of this parcel?
Generally, if we have stock, we can arrange it in about a week. Otherwise, it will take about 40 to 60 days.
Great. Then do you have any discount during this live streaming?
Sure, we will give you 5% discount on this content file.
Wow, that's great. That's a really big discount.
Yeah.
So I think that's all products we would like to show you in this live streaming. If you have similar demand, you can contact us.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye bye.
电插是吗？昨天不是退出以后嘛，这就点不了推流，推流。